Hello YouTube, this is the Mind Killer, and we're going to do some special videos on tier lists. This is going to be our first tier list that we've really ever done, so go easy on us. We're going to go through the leaders, units, items, and traits. This is a great little website put together by another Twitch streamer named Woody, who I have subbed to, and you should too, because he's a good guy. So, here we go. We're going to start with our leaders. There's not a lot of them. And I'm kind of doing this based on my own opinion, right? Like how good I do with the leaders. But I'll throw in there just how good they are in general too, I guess. Well, let's go through it. So let's start with Athena. Athena is pretty poor. If we're gonna call A balanced, I'm gonna say she's below balance, right? Bellona's definitely a little bit above. I'm going to call Hera balanced. Hera's pretty strong, and she can be super strong when she's using her passive correctly, and she has a lot of pets, and she's healing a lot, and there's not a lot of anti-heal. But that's also kind of situational, right? Because if there's a lot of anti-heal, you can shut her down, and if she doesn't get the right units, she's not making great use of that passive. So I think there are ways to balance her out, so I don't think she's too terrible. Bellona's just overall really good, because she has a passive that boosts early game units, and that just makes her strong early game, and then those units get upgraded so they're strong later, right, as the game goes on. So she just kind of stays strong throughout a match. And she's just a great, from the beginning to end, she's never overpowered, but she's never underpowered. So she's pretty strong. Loki just got some buffs, and he has his critical chance passive is now global. He doesn't miss anymore, and he can teleport, obviously. He's definitely a lot stronger now. I'd almost want to move him up to S, but I think S is reserved for Susano, who has just gotten buff after buff with every patch and is now pretty overpowered. Odin, I'm going to put in A with Hera, because he's good. My experience with Odin has been he is really easy to get into the top 4, but he's he's a lot less hard to win with. That's my experience with Odin. He's powerful enough to get you into the late game, but not powerful enough to finish it off. I had a really hard time doing my ranked win with him because of that. So he's good. Poseidon, I'm putting Poseidon here. Poseidon used to probably have been S+, honestly, on the last patch. And he's still kind of up there. Like, he should almost be an A+. But here's the thing. The patch didn't go through, right? So there were some things. They were supposed to nerf his stun, and they were supposed to nerf how the trait Opportunist worked with him, and they didn't do that. They for whatever reason. They're definitely going to do that, though. So we know that. So we know that's where he's going to be. And I think he drops a little more balance after that. Thanatos is A as well. I mean, this is how it should work, right? Like a bell curve. Thanatos is good. I like Thanatos. I think his new passive is actually better than the old one. The old one was cool. It was a cool passive, and it was fun. And there were clutch moments with that old one where he would just happen to get a kill, and then he would use that lifesteal to heal back to full, and then you would win the round, and you'd be like, yeah, Thanatos. This time he doesn't have that, because the passive is just 100% lifesteal at all times. But the problem with that old passive was he had to get a kill to get the lifesteal, right? So a lot of times Thanatos would die before he'd even get his ult off, because he just wasn't healing, and he's so squishy as an assassin. So giving him that lifesteal at all times and giving it to your whole team means getting online earlier, and I think that's important. Zeus, below average. Zeus is situational. I don't know. Like, you can get good CC with his ult because it applies to everybody, so you can silence an entire team, but he's pretty weak overall, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of down on him now too. I don't know. Maybe I should move him up, but I'm not a huge Zeus fan. And Thor is just still bad. They tried buffing him. It didn't work. That's Thor. Bleh. So this is kind of perfect, actually. I didn't really mean for it to just go 1-2-4-2-1. I can change it up. We want to be spontaneous and do weird things. We'll put him here. We'll put him here. Now it's all broken. You could easily do that too, by the way. Like, I know I did it the other way the first time, but this is pretty, pretty much how it goes. Zeus can be really strong when he gets the right items and traits online. Poseidon obviously can be really strong too. So anyway, there is our prophecy tier list on the newest patch, and this is what it looks like. Thanks for watching.